Hello students, welcome back to revision time. I hope you all are good. So as we have started with the chapter Human Eye and Colorful World, today I am continuing it only, and the links to the previous videos they are in the description box or in the iCard. You may check it from there. So now first let us see the refraction of light through the glass prism. What is a prism? It is a pyramidal shape of structure having two triangular bases and three rectangular surfaces, right? So here we have a prism. Here the PE, it is the incident ray, EF, it is the refracted ray, and FS, it is the emergent ray. So at this point, we have the angle of incidence denoted by I and angle of refraction, that is R. And here E, we have the angle of emergence. So at a point where the incident ray and emergent ray, they are meeting. Like this is the incident ray, which should have been the actual path, and this is the emergent ray. Here it is angle of deviation, right? Angle of deviation, it is denoted by D. Next we shall see the dispersion of light through this prism. So the prism, it is capable of splitting the white light into the band of colors. And what is the white light here? We can compare it to the sunlight only, right? So the band of colors, we get the sequence, we all know that is the rainbow sequence, that is violet, indigo blue, green, yellow, orange, red. And the acronym for this is VIBGYOR. So this is known as the spectrum of light, right? This when the band of colors, these are known as the spectrum of light. And we should always remember that red is the topmost color and blue is the ending color. And this phenomena of splitting of light into the component colors, that is into the spectrum, it is known as the dispersion process. Also, the different colors of light, they bend through different angles. And the least dispersed is the red color. That means the angle is least here. And the most dispersed, having the greatest angle, it is the violet color. So let us see now how is rainbow formed. So the phenomena is same here, dispersion of light. Here the medium we have is not prism but a water droplets. The water droplets present in the air, they act as prism here. And the rainbow, it is always formed in the opposite direction of the sun. So what happens when the water droplets, the light when it enters there, it refract and disperse the incident ray. Then this incident ray, it is reflected inside the droplet only. And after that, finally the incident ray, it is refracted again when it comes out. So as we can see in the diagram, this is the incident ray. While entering the water droplet, it is refracted here. Here it is reflected again inside the water droplet only. And also while coming out, here it is refracted again. So we can see the path of the rays here. Hence we can see the rainbow. So next is the atmospheric refraction. So what happens here? In the atmosphere we have air. And whenever we see the objects through the hot air or the turbulent streams, we feel that the objects, they are flickering. Why? Because the hot air, it is first lighter. And also it has the less refractive index as compared to the cooler air. And here our refractive medium, what is it? It is the hot air only. So whenever refractive medium only, it is not stationary, it is continuously moving. So obviously the objects we will see, they will also seem to be flickering. So this is the phenomena here. So the best suited example for atmospheric refraction is the twinkling of stars. First of all, the twinkling of stars, it is because of starlight. So when the starlight, it enters the atmosphere of Earth, where we have the presence of air. So in the air, the starlight, it gets refracted continuously, multiple times, right? So the atmosphere, it bends the starlight towards the normal. We have two positions here. We have apparent position of the star and we have actual position. Actual position we all know. And apparent position, what is it? It is the position of the star which we actually see, right? Where this apparent position, it is slightly higher than the actual position, right? Also, this apparent position, it keeps on changing due to the fluctuation in the apparent position. Because it is changing continuously, the starlight, it is also entering our eyes in that manner only, and it also appears to be flickering. So because of this flickering, we feel that the stars are twinkling. So why the planets they do not twinkle? Because they are much closer to Earth. Stars they are far away and they are point-sized objects, but planets they are closer and they are larger sources of light, right? And similar example we have is of advanced sunrise and delayed sunset. Similar phenomena is happening here. What is the result here? We see the sun 2 minutes before the sunlight and 2 minutes after the actual sunset, right? Next, let us see what is scattering of light. We have seen the refraction, we have seen the dispersion of light. Now scattering of light. First we have a Tyndall effect. We all know what is Tyndall effect. We are very familiar with it. So for example, whenever we are in a dark room, we can see the clear ray of the sunlight entering, and we can see the small particles there. They are the dust particles. So what is this? When a beam of light it strikes a fine particle, the path of beam becomes visible to us, right? When the sunlight it strikes the fine particle of dust, we can see the beam there. So the light reaches us after being reflected by these particles, and the phenomena of scattering of light by the colloidal particles give rise to the Tyndall effect. So till here we all know. What is next? The color of scattered light, it depends upon the size of scattering particles. So if the size is very fine, we will see the beam of light as blue colored. And if it of large size, then the color appearing will be of red or orange. And if it is much larger than that, then we will see the white beam of light. This is why the sky they appears blue here, right? Please note that the shorter wavelength lights they are the blue and violet lights, and the larger wavelength lights they are of red and orange tone lights. And wavelength of red light it is 1.8 times of the blue light. That means the red color it is least scattered. That is why we use the danger signals in red color, right? Because it does not scatter. We can see it from the far away also, right? Example we have here is color of sun at the sunrise and the sunset. It appears red. Why? During the sunset or sunrise, sun is near to the horizon. Therefore, the sunlight it will travel more in the atmosphere to reach our eyes. So the short wavelength light here, that is the blue lights and the violet side of lights, they will scatter away on the path only. But the lights having longer wavelengths, they will travel farther and they will reach our eyes. That is why they appear reddish in color. Similarly, we have clouds which appear white due to the large sizes. Here the water droplets, they are of large sizes, and the colors they are scattered inside the water droplets only. So the clouds they appear white to us. So I hope this lecture was helpful for you all. If you like the video, do like, share, comment and subscribe. Thank you.